design the album cover and come up with an album name. So yeah, it's gonna be a hard week for me next week. What's your favorite animal? I don't know. There's lots of animals that they appeal to me in their own right. Like, I love wolves. Obvious reasons. And I love horses. Because, I don't know, they're all like majestic and stuff. I don't know. I can't describe it. Who's your new management, or can't you say? I won't say just yet. But you'll know in due time, so. It's pretty cool though. So I think you'll all get on really well with him, so. It could just be self-titled, but that's easier. Yeah, I don't want to self-title it. I want to think of something that's representative. Do you ever get really stressed and think about giving up? I never, like, I get really stressed. I've actually got some eczema on my hands at the minute from being really stressed. But I never think about giving up. Don't believe in it. I mean, if you want something enough, you can get it. You just have to be willing to work for it and to, like, dedicate, like, all of your thinking time to being positive towards it. Because if you think positive, you'll get positive things back. So it takes a lot of thinking energy. But I think it'll be worth it. Like, you can't waste your time thinking about negative things, because then all you get is you're attracting negative energy to yourself, so negative things will start to happen. So you have to try and think positively all the time, so positive things won't be attracted. So, well, that's my belief. I don't know what anyone else's is, so. Do you have the exact day that the album's coming out in the stores? No, I don't. But I would advise buying it on Pledge, considering the fact that you get it a lot earlier than everyone else does. Have you started writing the lyric sheet yet? I've done about 5, which is really, really bad. But no, I'm starting them all next week. I've taken a couple of days out to do those, so. Looking forward to touring. I haven't really thought about it. Like, when those Pledgers gigs were coming up, I wasn't thinking about them pretty much to the day before. Because if I think about, I'm an overthinker, so I just choose not to think about it until the last minute, and then I overthink things and freak myself out. But Ella Henderson. I didn't watch that series of X Factor until that time Daily Mail asked me to go in. I really didn't have time to watch it. I think I've seen a snippet of her sing, which lasted about 60 seconds, and I feel really bad that I didn't watch it, but I mean, I was pretty busy trying to write. I'm sure she's good. I'm not saying she's bad, I just haven't heard her. I feel really bad. What do you want people to feel when they listen to your songs? I don't know. Like, for me, anyway, it'd be nice if they related to them. And even if they don't relate, I hope that they feel the emotion in them. Because that'd be nice. Because they are pretty, like, a lot of them are, like, there's a lot of in-depth emotion in a lot of them. There's, like, 2 or 3 that are just a bit more lifey and a bit less pull on your heartstrings, but they're still accurate. What do you think about Lana Del Rey? I really like her, yeah. It's working for the man, so your favourite song in the album. Yeah, at the minute it still is, because I actually got to hear it first time. Big playback of it. I got to hear it 2 days ago, and it was really... I never normally like my songs, but this one I'm pretty proud of, because it went from just being an acoustic song to we built it up, and we've got funky guitar riffs in it, and like I can't even describe it. Like, there's brass in it, and it's a really sassy song. Which allows people to see me as the more mature me that I am now, because I'm not 16 anymore. So they can see that I'm not a kid, and I can actually stand up for myself and things. So any saxophones in your album? I'm pretty sure there's saxophone on Working for the Man. I need to listen to it again. What was your favourite lesson in school? I was very big into my science. I love science, and so I did double award, and then I loved English. Really, really loved English. And yeah, those are my two favourite anyway. And then I got to A level, and I started psychology, and I really liked it, but I didn't finish my A levels because I had to go on the show. So when did you learn how to play the guitar? I still can't really play the guitar. Do not be fooled. I know about 9-10 chords maximum, so I do not claim to be able to play the guitar. Okay. Just so we're clear. Ciao, Italia. You're doing double award science and you love English. Oh, aren't we two cool mofos? Would you ever change the genre of your second album? Yeah, I probably would. My taste in music develops so fast. Like, 1 minute I'm listening to grunge, and the next minute, like 2 weeks later, I'm listening to soft electro, and I don't know. It changes so quickly that I would definitely say that the next album could be a totally different genre. But someday I'd love to do a side project and start like a rock/grunge band someday. That would be so cool. I'd love to do that. WTF, when did you get a tattoo? This thing? I got it 2 weeks ago. Would you ever consider a folk acoustic album? Well, the album's already got like hints of acoustic-y things in it, so I wouldn't really, I'd hold off on that one. And I'd love to just do something kind of different. What would you name your rock/grunge band? No. Unicorn Zero? It's always been something I wanted to name a band that, so let's go for Unicorn Zero. How old were you when you wanted to be a singer? When I was about 4, my mum keeps telling this story to me. When I was about 4, she asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I said a singer. And she turned around and just, because my mum's just, just honest. She was like, good luck finding that in the job ads. So, yeah, I've always really wanted to be a singer, so. Or an actress. I used to want to be an actress a lot. Have you got any ideas what you'll call the album? I do, and it's a lot of pressure to think that what you name this album, it's your first album, you'll always it's always going to be with you. So I'm just like, it's like getting a tattoo. You have to be sure because you're stuck with it for life. So you hear people saying you wouldn't make it far in music. Yeah, a lot of the time. But why would you listen to them? I mean, if you want it, you can go on ahead and do it. Just because I've taken a little bit longer to do it doesn't mean that it's not going to do well or anything like that. It just means that I took my time and didn't just go out straight for commercial value and abuse the fact that I got my name from a television show. Got to go, watch it dance in the park, all day we locked up, favors of the red. Do people with VIP tickets on your tour get to meet you? Well, yeah, if you bought a VIP ticket, yeah, that means you get to meet me when I'm all nervous and stuff before I go on stage. I was the only one that never had a dream job as a kid. Still don't. But I don't remember saying that I wanted to be a singer. I mean, I always was like the same opinion as my mum. I want to be a singer, but that's when I hit about 6 and things started getting real. I was like, I want to be a singer, but that's never going to happen. So let's try and get some qualifications, Jan. Were you bullied at school? I was, but almost everyone is. A lot of people get bullied at school. Who cares? Would you rather have emerged organically rather than from X Factor? I wouldn't have done as well organically because the show pretty much made me out to be better than I was. Like, oh my god, look at this girl, she's great. She's average, but she's great, look at her. So they did me a huge favor and I thank them to this day for making me seem like I'm a better person than I actually was. One sec. Sorry. Sorry, my lipstick came off and I was like getting really annoyed at it. Can you walk in the street without being noticed or not? Yeah, well, back in the day it was pretty hard, but now that I changed my hair, when I went blonde, I still got noticed a lot. And then as soon as I got the full fringe in, it was like, not as many people. You only get stopped about like twice in a day, which is great. Until like everything, until like the new photos and stuff are released, and then things get weird again. X Factor judge, like, I love Gary, obviously. I mean, Elliot's one of his best friends. So I hear about him pretty much every day. Like, there's something that he's always doing. But I really liked him during the show. He was always really nice to me and gave me really good advice when I was in the house. So yeah, Gary's definitely my favourite judge out of them all. Is it annoying when people stop you? Obviously with real life things, you know, if I'm late for something, then you're kind of like, oh, it's a bit of a... I get really stressed, by the way, when I'm late. So if I'm late, I'm like, yeah, sure, you know. But it's not, it doesn't piss me off or anything. I mean, it's quite flattering when you think about it. Like, someone actually took the time to stop you because they recognized you and asked you for a photo or asked you how you were doing. And it's very nice. It's very flattering. Like, people care enough about your existence. Or, well, sometimes you get people that don't actually give a crap and just ask you because they recognize you. But who cares? Do you think people will notice you more again when the album's out? Well, we've got TV promotion for whenever the album comes out in shops. and whenever the single comes out, so that means a lot of more television and radio and stuff. So probably people will start noticing me. Just being realistic. But I don't really mind. You meet fans without VIP tickets. I try my best. I mean, there's a lot of things you have to do before a gig. I mean, you have to sound check, you have to make sure you eat at least 3 hours before you sing, then you have to make sure you're properly warmed up and comfortable and in your stage clothes and ready to go. You know, there's a lot of things to do, and I'm going to sneeze. Or am I? I really have to, but anyway. Yeah, so I mean, if I get all those things done and I can go outside, then I will. It just depends. Favorite television show at the moment? I don't know. I've been watching a lot of television recently because I've been in a hotel again. So, which means it's always on. But I don't have a favourite, I don't think. I like How I Met Your Mother, though. Because Neil Patrick Harris is just the best person. My eyes have gone a really freaky colour. Am I the only one that thinks that? Ugh. Anyway, ciao Italia. How long people get to spend talking to you if they have VIP tickets? I don't know. I really just, I don't know. But as long as we can afford, really. And I don't mean money-wise, I mean as long as we can afford, as in fitting it in, slotting it in between things, you know. But I will try. I love meeting fans. I love it when I get to meet people that actually, you know, appreciate my music and appreciate what I do and things. It's really, really nice to do it. And I mean, for me, it's a great feeling to meet someone that likes what I do. And apparently, for those people, they like meeting me. So that's even better. So it's like a win-win, which I can't really ask more for, to be honest. I just said that sentence wrong. I couldn't really ask for more, is what I was supposed to say. What would you do if you had to go to the restroom during a show? You just keep performing. You have to make sure you go before you get on stage. Otherwise, there's no way you can leave. Adventure Time. Oh, I love Adventure Time. But I love Sabrina the Teenage Witch too. And Drake and Josh. And pretty much everything from my childhood. Do you think it would feel weird listening to your songs on the radio? I can barely listen to my songs anyway at the minute. Like, when we're listening to playback of the songs, I really hate it, because it's one of those things. I hate the sound of my own singing voice. Like, I don't like it. But a lot of like artists and stuff don't like what they do. I mean, there's a lot of painters that probably don't like what they paint. It doesn't mean I don't believe in it. I just don't like the sound of it. You are literally the same girl you were in X Factor, and I love that about you. Well, that's very nice. Today's been a great day, I'm not gonna lie. I had a very, very nice day. I'm sick. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, that's the best thing ever. Anyway, you're adorable. Oh, I don't try to be. In my head, I think I'm really badass and mean and stuff, and then apparently I'm not. So I can't touch my lips because there's red gunk on it. I don't know, there's no songs I'd like to cover for my album because this album is proving that I can write songs and be an artist. So there'll be no covers on the album, which I'm proud of. Made a whole album without any covers. Should do a follow spree. I've been following a lot more people recently. I mean, when I'm creeping on Twitter, which I do a lot, I just if someone says follow me and I look at their page and I think that they deserve a follow, I follow them. So, yeah. Though I followed a couple of people recently that keep inboxing me, and I never tend to read my direct messages because you can't really keep up with them. But I've been reading them a lot. Not a lot. I mean, I checked up on them like yesterday or the other times. There's been a couple of freaky messages, so could we not send out freaky messages on our direct messages on Twitter? That would be great. Thank you. Did you ever get a detention in school? I did. Yes. I was never a bad kid at school. I was actually very well behaved, but I did manage to get 3 detentions. Out of 6 years, I got 3 detentions. One was for chewing gum. The second was for not handing in my absent note. So I was sick a day and I forgot to take in the note for saying why I was sick. And the third one was that I dropped my textbook in a big puddle of water and couldn't take it to school. And then the teacher was like, you didn't bring your textbook in, detention. But I obviously didn't take the textbook in because I just dropped it in a big puddle of mud and I couldn't carry it. I didn't have a plastic bag. So, kind of not my fault. Didn't care. Got 3 anyway. Chewing gum. That was because there's an assistant teacher that ratted on me. I was like, are you kidding me? You don't even go here. What's your favorite color? Is weird if I say black. What kind of messages? We shall not go into detail of what kind of messages these messages are. All I'm saying is that they're pretty creepy. And if we don't do that, I don't mind people telling me, asking me for advice, and if they've got a personal problem and things, I don't mind those. If I can answer those, I will. I'll try and help. I'll try and give some advice. But if you're just trying to send creepy messages, then you're gonna get no reply. Just saying. A teaching assistant ratted on you for chewing gum, but you got away with it. Okay, whatever. Be that way. I once got a note in my diary for being really loud in the corridor. I wasn't even being loud. A group of people, it was one of those audition days at our school for some singing project, and they wanted to hear what song I had sang. So they asked me, could they hear the song? So I sang the song for them. And one of the teachers, who actually is now one of my she's a good friend of mine now, but one of the teachers walked past and gave me a note for being loud in the corridor. So I got told off for singing in the corridor. I really don't know what my life is sometimes. Are you dating? I don't have time for dating. That means telling people where you are, what you're doing, and where you're going to meet them and stuff. And I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time, ain't nobody got time, ain't nobody got time for that. If you weren't a singer, what would you be? I would hope that I would be doing acting or something. I love acting. It's kind of one of those secret passions I have. I also like to draw cartoons. Something creative. I wouldn't be able to do a desk job. I just couldn't do it. So I'd try and get something that wasn't like that. Who's your favourite celebrity? I like a lot of celebrities. I have a teacher from Gorgon. Oh gosh, have fun with that. Best concert you've been to and why? Sorry, my thing's on the edge. Best concert I've been to. Been to a lot of good concerts, man. I don't know. I really like the Foo Fighters. That was a great concert. But Black Keys, I was front row for the Black Keys once, and it was good. And they're a really good band, so. I'm trying to keep up with these. Your favourite song at the moment is probably the new Daft Punk song. And my favourite album is Girls, and then their album's The Father, the Son and the Holy Ghost. If you haven't got that album, download it. It is like the perfect summer album you could probably ever get. And just say it's a really good album. You were so nervous at X Factor. What happened? I grew up. I started getting my feelings out and writing music and grew into myself as a person. It's very nice to have self-acceptance sometimes and not to be totally unsure of yourself all the time. Sorry. Sorry. Ah, 101 things at once. Alright, okay. Have you ever heard of Haim? I've been a big fan of Haim for like the past year, and it's so nice to see them doing really well. I had tweeted them like last year as well, and they never tweeted back. I was really disappointed, but anyway. Pizza or cake? Well, I don't like cake. I'm not a big dessert person. So I'm going to have to say pizza. I actually can't remember the last time I had dessert. Because I eat far too much at dinner to even contemplate eating dessert. If I get a really huge dinner, I don't think, oh gosh, I'm not going to finish this. I think, how can I finish this? And then there's no way possible to even try and think of dessert, so... When you come to Italy, hopefully soon. I'd love to go again. It's great. I love it there. Are you in Ireland now? No, I'm in Sheffield because I was in the studio today. So. Mum's food or restaurant food? My mum's food, definitely. Although I went home like not last week, the week before, and I had my first hearty Irish meal in about 6 months. Like I probably had potatoes and beans and like a burger, like not with a bap or anything, just like a burger. And I was like, oh my god, it has been so long since I've had potatoes. What was your favourite X Factor performance? I'm not really sure. I think probably a Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith, because I got to organize that song and arrange it and put it in its time form and all of those things. So I got to be creative in that song. Whereas the rest of it was a bit harder to be creative involved in whenever there was a producer trying to mix a track. So you should sing the Llama Llama Duck song. I don't know why I know that song though. Here's a llama, there's a llama, and another little llama, fuzzy llama, funny llama, llama, llama duck. I was at the tree house, I lived in a cake, thought I never saw the way the horse laid a rig. I was only 3 years old, but it's all sale. I encourage little child to know such a real. Here's a llama, there's a llama, and another little llama. Oh my god, get life, Janet. Anyway. Would you want to work with Taylor Swift? I think my mum would kill me if I got the offer to work with Taylor Swift and I didn't do it. Because she bought her first album and she bloody loved it, so we had to listen to it for like 2 years straight. You're ignoring me every time I tweet you. I'm so sorry, I don't mean to. Trust me, I don't ignore people on purpose. Goodbye. Bye-bye, person. Can you speak French? I cannot speak French. Would you like to work with Avril Lavigne? I don't know. It's not that I don't like her. I just don't think. I learned a piece of sentence together. I just don't think musically we would be able to write a song together. I like my really quirky people to write with, and yeah, it's not that I don't like her, because I do like her stuff, but I just don't think we'd write well together. Do you like sarcastic people? Yes, probably more than I should, but I do. Would you say you're as weird as you were in school? I was weird in school for the fact that I went through a period of just like not talking and just living in a bubble. And I was really scrawny too. I weighed like, what did I weigh? I weighed something like 90 pounds and I was like 5'6", and I was like the scrawny person that didn't talk to anyone. And I still had my friends and we all sat at the same dinner table, but I used to just zone out all the time. Thank God my friend still stood by me, even though I was just being a bit of a loony, a bit of a weirdo. I've got used to myself now. I've grown into myself and just realised that I don't get to choose who I am. I'm just born this way and I have to accept it. Can you say anything in Spanish for your fans? Buenos dias. Vivo en Irlandesa del Norte. I don't know, I can't speak it. Favorite word to say at the minute. It's not even a word. It's the thing that I keep saying at the minute. Every time I mess something up, I could be in the vocal bit and I mess something up and I go, meh. Why? We'll never know. It's just weird noises. Would you like to tour Russia? I've never been to Russia, and I think I'd love to go to Russia. I'd say it'd be very, very, very. I've seen it on television and stuff, obviously, like modern Russia, but I've never been, and I'd like to go just to experience it and maybe sing there if people liked me. So, what does your new tattoo stand for? I've explained it a couple of times now, but I'll explain it once more. There's a couple of meanings to it. I don't know if you can see it because it's pretty hard to turn around. There you go. It means that even though you may think you're lost, you're never actually lost. You'll find your way there eventually. And there's no need to worry, just relax, and you're not actually lost. And the second meaning is Like, go your own path, go your own route. Like, do what you want for you. And just be your own compass and go the direction of what you believe in, not necessarily where everyone else is telling you to go. Oh my god, Llama song. Who's your favourite BGT act? Oh gosh. I love Attraction. Very, very good. I actually cried at their performance the last time. Just because it was so emotional. And I loved the puppet guy. Can't remember his name, but I love puppets. I love a good ventriloquist. So I was very sad when he didn't get through, because I actually really, really love puppets. Who else did I like? There's lots of acts I like this year. What's that? Jeez. I just think back to, obviously there's a lot of ones I didn't like, but I liked that little dancing school group as well. They were very, very good. The last book you read was The Fault in Our Stars. I'm been to the bookshop to pick up a new book, so. Left, still bright outside. Yay, and it's 8 o'clock, and it's still bright. Favorite film? Oh gosh, that's far too hard of a question. Have you ever been in love? This one time I was, yes. But not at the minute. I'm not in love at the minute. Harry Potter, Twilight, Harry Potter. Would you ever go red again? No, because it was such a hassle to keep. I mean, I know my roots have come through in my blonde hair at the minute, but it's a lot better than my blonde used to come through in my... Because I know that the blonde I've got at the minute is a lot blonder than I am naturally. And that bit at the front's my natural blonde. But it's still better than whenever it goes through it, whenever it's ginger, so... Who do you look up to? Literally a lot of people, because I'm very short. Sorry, I look up to a lot of people. There's no point in picking up people. No, not getting up. I'm just gonna lie here forever. This is the comfiest bed ever, by the way. It's huge. Like Florence and the Machine, yes, and she let me come to her trailer and meet her once, and it was really nice, because she's very, very sweet, and I really like her a lot. She's very nice to me, which is always a bonus whenever you're a fan of someone and they're really nice to you, so I thought that was great. You're not even short. Well, I'm 5'7", which isn't that short. But in comparison to Elliot, the producer, who's like freaking 6'5", I feel short on a daily basis. When do you usually go to bed? About 2 o'clock in the morning, normally. But I go, even when I'm tired and I get into bed at like 9, I still don't sleep till like 2 o'clock in the morning, so. I baked a celebratory cake and I started watching it to a cam and I burnt it. Sorry. Can you play something for us? I would actually have sang for you guys, but I didn't take my guitar with me, which is a bit of a bother. So I didn't take it. So I'm very, very sorry that I can't sing anything. Where's your rabbit? Well, I'm in England and it's in Ireland. So, yeah. Orange probably got it though. Did you ever get one of those weird shoulder spots that aren't really a spot, they're just like a red lump with nothing in it? I could be the only one, but can you leave? It looks like a bite. Anyway, you don't care about my skin problems. Do you watch Supernatural? No, I don't. Sorry. How's the weather? It's really good over here, actually. Hence why I've got the legs out and I'm wearing a dress. You can clearly tell it's good weather. Can you play other musical instruments? Well, I used to play drums. I used to play violin. I used to play tin whistle, and I used to play the low whistle. I used to do a bit of bodhrán. Anything I could get my hands on, to be fair. I used to play guitar. I still kind of do, but it doesn't really count. Right, well, I need to finish up, guys. I thought you were in a dress for the occasion. No, I didn't know till I got to the studio. Anyway, I've got to go.